Following is a demonstrations on how to use the referencing tools on Microsoft Word. This is a Chinese version as well as older editions of Microsoft Office. But basically, the new version of Word will have the similar function and almost exactly the same function. So here in the below, I will try to demonstrate some of the common types of referencing styles that you will use when writing your project paper. So this is a blank document. I start up with nothing. So in regular word processors, among the tapes on the top of your Word, there are different tapes. Most of the time, you will use the regular common insert tools or maybe some of the design tools. But note that there is one tape called referencing. So in English, it's referencing. In Chinese, this is a Chinese version. It's the same thing. Under the referencing tape, there are different functions, including composing your table of content and referencing. Here, you will see the middle block here will contain all the functions of the referencing. You can take note to the our PowerPoint slides. I use the English version for the PowerPoint material. But my demonstration here, I will use Chinese version. So suppose I'm trying to start out reading something. I'm trying to write my essay here. So let me start with the simplest styles that you will use in doing your project referencing or assignment referencing. So this is a simple citation, in-text citation at the end of a sentence. So you finish writing. So this is an idea. Before you end the sentence, you should add an in-text citations, which will refer to an entry on the reference list. So because this is a blank paper, before you start out, you will have to enter every single referencing information before Word can help you doing the formatting. So here is the key, the button that you should click. This one is insert citation. When you start a new paper, there's nothing here. So when you click, you choose new source. So you insert a new citation here by clicking this key. So you know a dialog pop up. So this dialog requires you to enter information for your reference. So note that there are different types of referencing informations from books, from sections of article, magazine, journal article, and conference paper, report, as well as website or other electronic sources. So you can look up the Coventry Harvard referencing styles, and each of this type would have somehow different information for you to insert. So now, suppose I'm interested in inserting journal articles. So this is for journal articles. You will see there are different entries that you need to fulfill. And actually, each of them is not all. You can see more information. So you try to fit into our Coventry definition. So even though there are some stars here that they indicate required for your entry, but you follow the Coventry Harvard styles requirement. So suppose this first reference I type the author's name, they will recognize the last name at the last. So this is example of simple citation. And the journal name, I just type whatever easier for me to demonstrate here. So you have the title of the document, you have the name of the journal, and then the page range. And then instead of typing in the year information, which usually is not a year is required, but date and month is not required, but volume and issue are here. Volume, suppose volume 3, issue 2. Okay, that's basically referring to our notes. Those are the information we usually use for journal entry. Okay, say okay. Now you see the magic is it create automatically create an in-text citation with my last name and also the year. Now, the sentence is finished, so I put a period. Just remember that the citation should be within one sentence. Don't put the full stop or the period here, as this will be a wrong notation or formatting for the referencing style. Okay, let's do another one. We have two common types of citation style. One is at the end of the sentence. The other is using the author's name as a subject of the sentence. So suppose here I refer to another literature, another person called Lee, Mary. Okay, so now here Lee said something. Lee said, oh sorry, said there is another common style by using citation as the subject of sentence. Okay, so in this format, the citation should be here. Now I insert another citation, a new citation. So, Mary Lee. Now I try book material, book. Okay, so book, you have fewer informations for books. And I say, well, type whatever information you need for Harvard style. So certainly the name of the book is important. Harvard referencing. All right. Okay. The year of publication, 2010. Publisher, BTC. Books, we don't need to have the volume number unless it's specifically point to a series of books, and you don't need page number unless you do direct quotation. So basically that could be information. You might want to enter the location of the publisher. So Hong Kong, I leave it to. Okay, then that's it for this book. Okay, now you have another citation. But note that the format of the citations that we use on the notes is whenever you use the subject, the citation as a subject of a sentence, you put the author's name in front. So I type Lee here. But note that the automatical format of Microsoft Word will have author name and year of publication. So it is incorrect. So what you need to do, extra step, is this automated entry here actually has a control on the right hand side. When you click the citation, you click the control box, you will see different control. Most of the time, the others you don't need to use. You might want to edit it. You might want to just edit this citation. So this first entry is the one you need to take care of. So what you need to hide is actually the author's name. Look that there is page number. When you do direct quotation, then you add page number, it will add page number at the end. But now I want to remove the author's name here so that it fit into the Harvard styles that I need on my sentence. So this is the subject, the citation used as a subject. Let's say I want to show quotation. This is direct quotation. Again, I use Lee. A direct quotation. Double quote. So here I insert the citation again using the same Lee. Okay, now you notice that, well, there is something extra. So I need to modify the control again, edit. But this time I'm not hiding the author. Instead, I add the page number. What that means is this direct quotation, double quote, is quoted from page 12 of this entry. So this is the end of sentence. Okay, now another common format that you will use is when, especially next week, when we talk about paraphrasing and critical review, we want to compare different authors' work. Now, what you need to do is the citation is a little bit different from above. Above, I'm referring to single reference for each sentence, but this I refer to two articles. So when you want to insert two articles, you insert first one, and then when you insert the second one, instead of directly insert the second one, you move your cursor just before the parentheses of the first quotation, and now you insert a second reference. Note the difference is here. The common style when you quote more than one reference will be using a semicolon as a separator. If you don't move your cursor inside the parentheses, you will get something like this. Insert one, insert two. It will see as two different citations. So this is not a correct referencing style format in Harvard style. So make sure when you have two citation, you move the cursor to just before the parenthesis before you click the insert citation. Okay, so these are common formats that I would say using most 95% of the time. If, however, there are some special cases like cited in or well, other format that you don't know, or they cannot do it automatically, what you can do is actually to, again, use the control box. Use the control box to change the citations to static characters. So what it will do is, after you insert, you make sure you use the right citation, and then you change it to Word. Now you don't see the shaded box. Then you can do whatever you like. Okay, you can change the format. You can type in additional character to whatever style you like. This is the way you modify it into a cited in type of citation. Okay, so this is all about in-text citations, the first part of requirement of the Harvard referencing style. So how about the second part, the reference list at the end of the sentence? Usually you will insert, well, at the end, you will put the reference list. The advantage of using this word formatting is you enter all informations. You can use it as many times as possible, because each reference, especially those key references that you are using, most of the time you will repeatedly enter the same in-text citation again and again. And as I said, sometimes or most of the time when you have 50 references, you will have actually more than 50 references. To manage and match this in-text citation with the reference list is a very important job for you to write in to do in academic writing. So the neat things about this referencing tools is it will automatically format the reference list, and then it will match the in-text citations that you have used earlier within your essay. So suppose you complete the writing and now you want to show your reference list, you just click the reference list. So there are different types of reference lists. The bottom two will actually give all the references that you have input to this paper or system so far. But when you submit your paper, assignment, or project report, you only use this type. Only the reference that you have been cited inside your article. So when you click this, it will automatically generate two different references. But unfortunately, I know most of us might use Chinese version of Microsoft Word. You will see some Chinese character, but no worry, you just change it back to English. So here, because they don't recognize the location, so you can just put the location here. Note that again, it's slightly different from the Harvard styles specified by the Coventry, but as long as it's a Harvard style, As long as it's consistent throughout the same paper, it doesn't really matter. As long as you have all the information, it really doesn't matter. Okay, this version, this Word version, my computer has a different version, but this one is slightly different. The Harvard style do not have quotations on the year of publications. On my original computer, there is a parentheses on the year of publication. So your computer might have a slightly different format, but don't worry. As long as it's a Harvard style, is consistent, then it's okay. One more thing, we have insert citations and we have creating the reference list. If you change your reference list, you might have to update it sometime. So you click update it, so it will change something. So usually at the end of your writing, you will update to make sure that it's consistent between the in-text citation and also the reference list. So don't click this update too often, and no need. So insert citation, insert the reference list, you will see actually there are different styles. I automatically choose Harvard styles, but actually there are different referencing styles for different discipline or different school. Make sure you click Harvard style. It doesn't matter for Angelina or some other version, as long as it's Harvard style, you have your point. Okay, Harvard style. And in managing reference source, you can check the references that you have used so far. Actually, I put down different references before, so I have different references I can use. So you can copy down, but in this document, I just create two references. So if you have the same computer, whatever reference you type in this document or another document, it will all save on your computer. Okay, so this is something you need to manage and control. So this is a short demonstrations of the Microsoft Word referencing tools. So what I miss out in the class is I have actually an exercise for you to do. So I changed the screen to the PowerPoint. Okay, sorry, we don't have time to discuss this, as well as demonstrating the turn in and other paraphrasing exercise. I will leave it to next week. But this week, so far, based on the Word demonstration, I would like you to look at two different articles, one in 2011 and one in 2016. These two articles are available on Moodle site. So you download it. What I want you to do is to look at the information provided by these two articles and put it into your Microsoft Word or something alike, and then try to create a full referencing information with reference list in Harvard style. So no need to write anything. You can just input the referencing material and then create a reference list. If you don't have this, that referencing function, type the reference list in your own way, okay, so manually, okay, on two references. So we will use the same two reference informations to do the second exercise after we complete the paraphrasing turn in. So you type it into a Word file, and then you will, I want you to submit on the Moodle submission link. Under the download link of this two articles, there is a Moodle submission link with a hand. When you click in, they will ask you to upload some file. So you just upload one Word file with the two reference lists. Okay, so that will be for this week. That submission link, actually, some of you already might have already submit your proposal. It is the same way that you submit assignment in the next 1 year. So that will be a good time for you to try out whether you can successfully submit something through the system. Okay, so that will be the exercise for this week lecture. Thank you.